This story took place back in 2015, back when I just graduated from high school. See, my friends and I were planning to go to Disney World for 2 days. However, well, it got cut short because of what happened. My girlfriends and I were part of the cheerleading squad, and we were very close sisters. There were about 6 of us, and we all thought to spend it at Disney World for 2 nights, just us girls and our families. We already packed our stuff and proceeded to make our way to the airport. We then arrived to Orlando, Florida, and we were so excited to head to our hotel at Bay Lake Towers. It was very beautiful. We made it to the lobby, and our parents checked in. As my friends and I were taking selfies and taking some photos around the hotel, I accidentally bumped into a middle-aged man. He looked around his mid-30s. "Hey, watch where you're going, girlie," he said to me. "Sorry, sir, I didn't see you," I said to him. All he did then was make some grunt noise and left. We finally got to our rooms, and mine had the view of Disney World and a small island as well. I think it was called Discovery Island? I really didn't know of the place. I then met up with my friends, and we just hung in my room and planned what rides we were going to go on first, and so on and so forth. We then went to sleep as we were excited for the next day. The morning rose, and my friends and I got our Minnie Mouse ears and took selfies before we went on what was called a monorail. As we waited for the monorail to come, I looked up to the sky, and to my surprise, it was the strangest thing, but I saw a drone flying off from a room at the hotel that we were staying at. See, it was flying to the island where I, of course, have a view at, and I told my friends that there was a drone flying over. But as they looked, it just disappeared. I knew what I saw, though. They thought I was crazy, but I told them that I did, in fact, see it. They brushed it off, and we just continued on with our fun as we made our way into the park. We had a lot of fun at the park, as the finale was the fireworks show. It was definitely beautiful. As the fireworks ended, we then made our way to the monorail and to our hotel rooms. And honestly, we kind of slept on the monorail a little bit. We got to our rooms, I showered, then fell asleep, knowing that we were going to do the same thing all over again tomorrow. As I was sleeping, though, I then heard what I thought were fireworks again. I went to go look out the window, but I didn't see anything. It clicked, though, that it was a gunshot. My family and I got away from the window and huddled together, not knowing what was happening. As soon as it came, it just ended, though. It felt like a while until we heard police sirens. We then looked out the window and we saw police going at the island from our view, and were curious and what was going on, but at that point we just tried to go back to sleep. The next day came, and my friends asked each other if we had heard the gunshots at night, and what was going around with the hotel guests as well. As we were seeing through the window, we turned on the news and we saw that Disney World was closed for the day. We were pretty crushed that we didn't get to spend another day at Disney, but we just started to pack and head home. We took an Uber to the airport, and we still saw news people standing in front of the entrance to Disney World, and then thought, did it have anything to do with what happened on the island from last night? I don't really know, but we arrived then at the airport. As we headed to our boarding spot, we sat and waited for the flight. I had to use the restroom, and at the time I left, used the restroom, and came out, I was heading back to the others when I saw the news again, mentioning the Disney story, and hearing about the island and the pollution in the water, and that's when I bumped into a man. "Oh, easy there, miss, be careful," they said. "Sorry, I didn't..." I stopped, as I saw who I bumped into. A young man who I believe was possibly in his 20s, 30s-ish. I saw a huge scar on the left side of his face. "I didn't mean to bump into you. Sorry," I said to him. "Don't worry, just be careful next time," he said. "Yo, Fives," I heard from behind me. I saw 5 people standing together, and I saw one motioning to, I guess, this guy named Fives to come over. "Our flight's about to board. Hurry up," he said. "All right, Wrecker, I'm coming," he said. "Excuse me, miss." "Bye." I waved back at him, looking at him leaving. We finally made it home, and my friends and I hung out at my house until we saw the news of what happened at Disney again. However, we then heard new parts saying that they're now hunting for a young man who they believe they saw him having a big scar on his left side of his face. That he may have had accomplices. And even though that the photo was a bit blurry, it still showed him having a scar on his face. "Oh my God," I said to my friends, and then looked at me. What? What happened?" Not knowing what to say to them, I think I knew.